Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today's going to be product reviews. So for this video we are going to be reviewing some products from the company Perfectly Posh. This company I would consider is more organic. They're not 100% natural unless you find a product that specifically says it. I don't think they have any, but they do use a lot of natural products in their products. So if you're looking for something that's mostly one thing, or it's got a lot of like plants-based stuff in it, this would be the good company to do it with. I've had their stuff for many years. And today we're going to be looking at a Blemish Serum, a Chilling Stick, and a face oil that is supposed to be good for hydration of skin, and it's also supposed to be good for mixing in with foundation. So as you can see, I did some of my makeup, but I didn't do the foundation, and I want to kind of test that and see how well that goes and see if it does well. I know when I got it, I opened it and put a drop on my hand, and when I rubbed it in, it covered all of the top of my hand, this much of my fingers, and to here on my arm. So it seems fairly decent. It went on really nice. It didn't feel really oily like olive oil. It is made with jojoba oil and it's got lemon and ginger in it. The Blemish Serum has witch hazel, and the Chilling Stick is menthol, so that's going to be more like an icy hot minus the hot. I will link everything down below, and I will also read off a lot of the ingredients that are in it in case somebody has an allergy or an irritation to those ingredients. So let's get into it. No camera. Shaky. This is the Blemish Serum. Hopefully it stays focused on it and not on my face. Too Hot to Spot by Perfectly Posh. It is made with witch hazel and tea tree. It's also got... It's got a lot of other things in it. What I'm going to actually do is... I know they have their full ingredient list with this when you go on their website and look for it, so I'll just keep the links down there so when you click on it you can scroll down and read the ingredient list, because it's fairly long. It's fairly long if my camera don't want to focus on it, but it's yeah. And I don't want to focus on me. It's fairly long. This is actually pretty good. The one that I had that I ran out of was the Burt's Bees brand of the Blemish Stick. It is the one in the glass bottle with the white lid that you screw off, and it's like a roller ball. And the glass is clear and the liquid inside is like a kind of yellow color, like an amber. And you would rub that on your different spots that you would need it for. I did try this. I usually don't get traditional acne. I have eczema and rosacea, so I usually get cysts, and they're a little bit more difficult to get rid of. The Burt's Bees one worked really well, and it was made with the same stuff, but I think it was a little bit stronger than this one. This one is definitely not as strong as the Burt's Bees ones, but still does it. The Burt's Bees one, I could put that on the spot and then the next day it would be gone. This one took me about 2 to 3 days to get it to go away. I will add in photos of before and after so you can kind of get an idea of what it does. So I would say if you're a little bit more sensitive to things like that, this one would work better for you because it's not as strong. So I actually like it a lot. I like it. It's not as strong. I know the Burt's Bees one always kind of burned a little bit. This one doesn't do that at all, and you use such a tiny amount. I would say smaller, about half the size of an eraser on a pencil is what you need. I mean, it's such a tiny amount. I'll actually show you now how much you need. You only need about this much. Just, it's such a small amount, and then you just rub that in. I found it worked better if you don't rub it in all the way. You just kind of mostly rub it in, and while it's got like this sheen to it where it looks almost kind of glossy, that's what I would do. I would leave it like that. I feel like it kind of leaves more of it on the skin to be able to go down into it. But that is this one. I very much recommend it. I liked it. This is one of their retired ones. So it's, once it sells out, it sells out. It's done. There's none left of it. I got it because I was curious about it. I wanted to see what it would be like, see how it compared to the Burt's Bees one. And I like it. I definitely would recommend this one and get this one, especially if you're a little bit more sensitive to things like that, or if you get a little bit of burning when you use things like that. I would definitely recommend this one. Okay, next one we have is the Chillin Stick. That's that one. This one is made with menthol. Show you the back of it. It's menthol and aloe, I believe. Let me see. Peppermint oil, caffeine, cucumber, and aloe. This one actually works really, really well. It is a screw-off top. This is another retired one. You just screw it off and it's like this. Screw the bottom to get more of it out, or you can bring it back down. And then this one you just rub. I have actually had surgery not too long ago on my arm. As you can see the scar right there. I still have a little bit of stiffness and pain, a little bit of burning. My arm's still getting used to what was removed and the kind of extra space that's in there now. And I use this fairly frequently on it. I also use it on my back. And yesterday I ended up using it on my arm and both of my shoulders because they were a little bit overdone from working out and going to physical therapy after physical therapy not being able to go in and do it, and having to do a lot of stuff on my own at home because of the quarantine and all of the lockdowns and having so many places being completely closed, that it kind of made it a little bit difficult to go there. So finally got to go back for the first time on Monday. Today is Wednesday. Body's a little bit rough. Had a hard time sleeping last night because of the pain. Pulled this guy out, rubbed it all over. I usually give it a couple of minutes to kind of let it dry a little bit because it is like icy hot. You gotta let it kind of dry up a little bit. But I would say if you want something that doesn't have medication in it, like the lidocaine, then I would recommend this one. And if you don't like the hot portion of icy hot, you just like the cooling portion of icy hot, I would recommend this one. This one works really, really well. I do work more of a physical labor style job, and in doing that, it's a lot of lifting and pushing and pulling. My arms definitely get used a lot. My hands get used a lot. This definitely really, really helps with keeping everything calm to kind of get me through my work day, especially with my arm, because this was done back in the beginning of March. March 5th was when I had my surgery. It ended up being a lot more extensive than what was originally thought. So I had more bruising and more areas to be healed. This really, really, really helps a lot. I very much recommend this. It does have blue coloring in it. So if you have allergies to blue coloring, which I think it's blue 15, it is blue 1 and red 33. If you had allergies to that, I would not recommend this because it's got them in it. If you don't, that stuff doesn't really irritate you, doesn't bother you, I would recommend getting this. I will leave the link to this below so you can also read the full ingredient list on it. But I very much recommend this. Whenever I use it, my incision definitely comes down. When it gets irritated, it turns like a almost fire truck red color, and when I put this on it, within a few minutes it's gone down. And it's, since using it last night and not really using it today so far, it's definitely more of like a kind of mauve kind of color, that kind of dusty rose kind of color. So I very much recommend this. I'm very glad that I bought it. I very much love this a lot, so I would get this if you have issues like that, or if you're going to be looking into going into working out, your muscles are going to get sore. Get you a Chillin Stick. My camera. The thing that I have holding it, I use my phone to do this because I've got apps on my phone to do all the editing and stuff. I'm on like this bendy stick, and so whenever I'm like pausing and restarting it, it does that wobble wobble, and it's very annoying. I need to get something different, but as of right now it's going to work. This is the face oil. This is the Dawn on Me face oil. It is a daytime face oil. It is, as you can see at the bottom, if it would focus on it, I'm telling you. You see you've got lime and ginger and other essential oils. I think lemon is also in it. I know it's basically citrus and ginger. Oh, and I almost dropped it. It's got sunflower, lime, grapeseed oil, coffee seed oil, rosemary, grape leaf oil, ginger root, and clove leaf oil for the fragrances and the oils that are used in it. I know when I am trying to do my foundation, I have a bottle of 100% pure jojoba oil that I use. It works a lot better than doing just straight foundation on my face, since a lot of my eczema and rosacea is on my face. When I am doing foundation and I start going like this, it just, you end up with these flakes. You can really see them. They're very, very visible, and it doesn't look good. Nobody wants it to look like that. It's just not good. So we're going to actually try this one today, because I've already used the other ones, and the Chillin Stick, you're not going to really see that much of a difference. That's more of a describing what it does situation. I am going to add in the photos for the Imperfection Serum, the Blemish Serum, so you all can see kind of the before and after on a cyst that I used on. The cysts that I get are really difficult to get rid of, not easy to get rid of, so I will show you the before and after of those. But let's take this one out and I will kind of show you what it does, and then we're going to play with it with foundation and kind of see what it does. I'm not going to do concealer. I'm going to just do primer on my face, and then what I'm going to try to do is I'm either going to try to pat this all over my face and then put the foundation on, or I'm going to put the foundation on the brush and then put a couple of drops of this on top of that and kind of mix it in and see how it goes. I'll figure out which way I'm going to go, and if we got to change it, we got to change it. This is kind of trial and error at this point. So this is what the bottle looks like out of the box. It's a very clear oil. It actually smells very good. It does. It smells, it definitely smells like citrus and ginger. It definitely has a smell to it. It's not, to me, it's not very strong, but it definitely has that smell to it. I will be using, my foundation is the Fenty Beauty foundation, the liquid foundation. It is in the color 120. I'm also using Fenty Beauty primer. This is travel size. And then I'm also going to test how well it does with a matte finish finishing spray and see what it does. I will obviously be taking my glasses off, but you will also see my hand mirror come up because I cannot see worth of anything to save my life once these glasses come off. Even in the daytime, I can see outlines, but that's about it. I can't really see much past that. So I will be doing that, and we'll kind of be guiding through it. I will try to sit as close to the camera as possible so you all can see it as well. But I will definitely be mostly looking at my hand mirror here because I just cannot see. Okay, so I've got the primer on. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to try with the foundation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of pumps on my brush, my foundation brush. We're going to open this bottle up of the oil, and then what I'm going to do is we're just going to try and do a few drops of the oil. I feel like I'm about to sneeze right now. Sniffing too much stuff. And now we're going to see, I'm going to try and not block myself out of this. I'm going to start with my forehead because that's where it is the worst at. I'll make my way down, and I might have done too much oil, I think. Just a little bit too much. I also haven't done full makeup in a very long time. With the way my skin is, with being so dry and flaky, I do have medicine that I put on my face, if that gives you all any kind of an idea of what I deal with. Medicine is not cheap, but it does work to a point. And I might be being a little bit too rough with this, but I'm trying to get a better idea of what's going on here. Okay, I messed this up really bad. I did not do this right. Okay, let's see if I can fix it, so you all get a more accurate. That is definitely my fault. I didn't do that right. I'm going to see if you all can see right in. I wish I had a better now. Okay. Right in right here. As my camera does not focus properly. Of course. Maybe if I focus it. There we go. Let me do that. As you can very clearly see, right here and right here, these are like my worst spots. I definitely messed it up though, so it's not too bad. I definitely put too much oil, and I kind of did the foundation a little bit wrong. I should have patted it around and then brushed it in. So we're gonna go at it again. I'm gonna wipe it off, and we're gonna go at it again and see if I can't get it right, and then we'll go from there. Okay, got it off. Let's try this again. Let me move all that junk over. And I broke my nail in the process, of course. Okay. Got everything cleaned off. There's still a little bit of oil on my brush, but it's fine. I'll also... Sorry, the sun is super bright out today, and I'm trying to, like, sit in front of it so you get more so we can see. As you can see, my skin is very red. It's not happy that I just cleaned it for the second time. What I'm going to do now, since there's already a little bit of oil in here, I think what I'm gonna do... Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Thought process going on. I'm just gonna put a couple of drops in here. And then we're going to take the foundation and I'm going to do a couple of pumps of the foundation. I kind of let it sit and let it kind of soak down into it, and then I'm going to do what I normally do. Come on, go down into the brush. At this point, I probably look like a crazy person talking to myself. Okay, now it's down into the brush. I'm going to kind of do this, which is what I normally do, and I don't know why I didn't do it this time. So let's go ahead and, okay, yeah, no, I gotta look at the mirror, but I'm gonna try to stay in focus with you all so you all can kind of see everything in action. And normally I do my foundation first and then I do everything else, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, hold on. I need to turn this way. I need some light over on this end. Okay, not too bad. I will have to say it's definitely going to be an experiment. Let me just, I know you all can't see me. That's actually not too bad. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised with it. That's actually not too, oh, my mirror is very fuzzy. Okay, let me do it like this. Oh yeah. That's not too bad, and I don't know what this is in my eyelashes. Very surprised with it. Now, remember, this is without any kind of concealer going on. I normally do Fenty Beauty's Matchstick, and the Matchstick is like, it's like a concealer, but it's a stick version. It's like a dry concealer. I like it because I feel like it gives me a little bit more of a natural look. I still get a little bit of my natural skin kind of coming up through the foundation. Well, this foundation is definitely more of a kind of medium to full coverage type of foundation. If you use all of her products together, you can definitely get more of a full coverage foundation. With my skin being the way that it is and being so dry and flaky, you kind of get it a little bit differently. It kind of doesn't go the way that it should. So you kind of have to do things like adding in the oils and stuff. So it's definitely a work in progress. I think it works fairly well. Let me show you all. So obviously, oh, and of course I washed my face and didn't put new primer back on. Okay, that would also do it. So of course, if it will focus on it, you can kind of see. It's actually not too bad. Let me see if I can get it to focus in better. It's actually not too bad. I will also take pictures and have them in here as well. Let me just fix my camera a little bit because it's being a little bit difficult today. Not too bad, I would say. Considering I forgot to put primer back on after washing my face, it's not flaking very badly. And I kind of did this on purpose. I didn't put the medicine on my skin for a while. I wanted my skin to be basically at, you know, almost fully of what it's like when it hasn't had anything to help it, where it's very unhappy. And wanted to see how this went. Now let's do a little bit of the matte setting spray, because this is usually some form of like a powder base, or the way it's formulated is so that it does a lot of absorption, and I kind of want to see what it does. I'm just using the Nyx Matte Finish spray, so and it should dry quickly because I got my fan on full blast. It's like 90 something degrees out here, so yeah, we got the AC on blast and all the fans on right now. Okay, so that's actually pretty dry. Let's give that a minute. I really like the oil. I think if you're not much into makeup, mixing it in with foundation or anything like that, and you just want something to kind of aid in your dry skin, even if you don't have something like eczema, I think it would work great. Because I don't have eczema on my hands, and I barely have it on my arms. It's mostly my face and chest, and my legs get it pretty bad. Doing it on my arm, it was very nice. I feel like if you're kind of, especially in winter time, if you've got issues with it cracking, with your skin drying out and cracking really bad, this would probably do well when it first starts getting really cold out. You do a couple of drops and you just kind of cover yourself in it, especially your hands and arms and face, which is what's usually exposed the most out in the elements. I think this would do really, really well. So I'm also going to take pictures of everything and add it into this as well. But let's get a close-up of it with the setting spray. Let me see. Made it a little bit worse. Yeah. Made it a little bit worse. As you can, I know it's focusing enough that you can see that it made it a little bit, it definitely made it a little bit worse. So maybe not do the matte one, maybe I need to go and get the dewy one. Ooh. All right, y'all. That is it for this review video. Check in for my next review video that is on a pair of leggings. They are going to be going through the full ringer on those because I really want to do it. You know, if we're doing a review video, we might as well. But these products, very much recommend. I very much like that oil with the foundation. And actually, from far away, it doesn't look too bad. It's when you start getting up close. But it's really not that bad. I think I think she's got a primer that is a hydrating primer now. So I think I'm going to have to try that and then try a finishing spray that isn't matte. Because I think my skin just absorbs so much that if I do everything like I want a dewy look, it will absorb it enough that it'll still look matte, because that's the kind of look that I like. But with my dry skin and having everything being matte, it's like overkill on it. But I very, very much recommend these products. check out down below in the description. I will try to get all of the links in there for everybody. So if you want to go into a virtual party, you want to look at the products and read their full ingredient list, or if you just want to order everything or look at other new products and order new products, I can tell you that the their soap, the chunk bars, are really, really good. I've had many of those. The scrubby bars, if they still make them, I think the only one they make is the Snarky bar. Those are really good. All of the scents for all of their products are down underneath of them in the description with the ingredients as well. So you can really get an idea of what it's going to smell like when you get it and when you use it. The body butters are really, really good. The ones that come into the big tubs, those are really, really good. I have a couple of those still. I have the fresh creamy milk. That one's really good if you have really dry skin, or you know, you've got eczema, you just get dry patches, things like that. Fresh creamy milk is really good for that. Anything with like milk proteins and things like that in it is really good for calming of skin. The other one I have, I don't think it's made anymore, is the Farmer's Market. I know I still have a lot left of that one. That one is cucumber and watermelon, but I don't know if that one is still made anymore. If I can find it, I will link it down below. I know the fresh creamy milk is still made. I will link that down below as well. Other than that, I hope you are staying safe, staying clean, not losing it too much from being stuck inside, because I know most of us have been stuck in quarantine around the world, and just enjoy your day. Enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Like the video down, subscribe if you want to see more. Don't do that many, but I think I'm going to try to do more review videos now. You can also head over to my other channel called Cooking with Taylour. I've got a couple of videos up on recipes, and it's just, you want to get an idea of to physically watch people how to cook and learn how to make new things, different recipes. Some of my recipes are experiments and that worked out really well. They're over there. Go ahead and check that out. Alright guys. Bye.